Hi everyone, my name is Pamela. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to stay notified every single time I post a new video. And if you always watch my channel, today it's going to be a different kind of video. Today I'm going to tell you my story with intuitive eating and why intuitive eating makes you healthier. So, I'm a dietitian, I'm a health coach, I've been in this field for the past 10 years. And just like you, I've been a victim of the diet culture, of the diet mentality, of the food rules, and I've had my little setback in this area as well. You might be saying, well, you're a dietitian, you should be perfect, you should be eating like very well, like you should be counting your calories and doing all of these, diet culture stuff. And what was happening with me is that I wasn't born healthy, like I am a human being after all. I was eating everything, and in my household, we didn't have those kind of food rules, like everything was available. But when I was a teenager, I was a lot into fitness. I really loved exercising since I was very young. But when I was a teenager, I had a bit of body image issues. I didn't like my curves, I didn't like my body shape, and I used to hear some comments about it. And it affected me a little bit, and I had this thing in my head that I wanted to change my body shape. And every day I used to beat myself up, like, why I have this body shape? I want to be like, slimmer. And I was really sad sometimes. I didn't like it. I didn't like myself. But then, fast forward to when I started university, I studied nutrition and dietetics, and I started learning more about food, about nutrition, and all of this. And unconsciously, I started to eat maybe in smaller portions. I never went on a diet per se. I was eating everything that I want, but I was more aware of the food quantity. And I started slowly to set food rules to myself, like I shouldn't be eating late at night, I shouldn't be eating a lot of maybe a lot of sweets, a lot of chips, a lot of processed foods, and those kind of rules made sense to me before, and it was normal until I reached a phase where I became very obsessed with exercising, and I put myself under a lot of pressure of eating clean, especially with the rise of social media, especially with all of this like sudden awareness about eating healthier and reaching an ideal body shape, exercising, and so on. So like everyone, I followed the trend. I was really hard a bit on myself, and I used to feel really guilty when I go out and have a cheat day or cheat meal. And what I used to do is I used to come back home, even if it was at midnight, and exercise. So after one time, I felt like, hey, there's something wrong. I mean, why would I do this to myself? Like, it's okay to have this like cheat dinner. It's fine. It's okay to have this dinner out. But it took me like some time and maybe years to make peace with myself. Like, it's okay to have these type of foods, and I don't need to exercise more to burn those calories. Well, it didn't happen easily. I didn't get over it overnight or even over weeks because I didn't work on it. I didn't have the proper tools to make peace with food, to make peace with myself. And I was still at this age of, that was maybe less than 8 years ago, well, I wasn't fully comfortable with my body. So as always, I used to exercise a lot and eat really clean. So fast forward to the past 4 or 5 years, where I started to dig deeper into what is this missing link between dieting and at the same time like listening to our own body and making peace with ourselves. Maybe I did not communicate this relationship well. I didn't use those exact terms that I learned later from intuitive eating, but I had this question in mind because I was learning at the same time from my clients. So as I mentioned, I am a dietitian. I used to see clients in my clinical practice since 10 years now, and I was learning from them as well. Like, they follow the diets or the meal plan, they lose weight, but then they gain weight again, and it often comes with a lot of frustration, a lot of disappointments. And I felt with them at some point, like, what's going on? Like, I'm sure, like, you see that some people are really, really doing their best, but they don't see the results. Or if they see the results, their relationship with food wasn't, I would say, positive. So in the past 4 or 5 years, I started learning more about mindfulness because I started practicing yoga. And yoga practice started with the intention only to relieve some stress. I was doing my master's degree abroad, and I wanted something to release stress while I was doing my thesis. So I started yoga, and that was only the intention, you know. But then I went to a teacher training retreat, and I really learned a lot about being mindful, about being aware of one's body, one's emotions. But then fast forward to where I started learning more about the relationship and how can we use mindfulness in eating. So I learned about mindful eating, and then I discovered intuitive eating. So you've heard me talk about intuitive eating either in my social media posts, in my previous YouTube video. You can check them out. And intuitive eating is not only like, you know, eat when you're hungry and then just stop when you're full. It's more than that. And when I discovered this concept, I started to relate it to my past experience where I was really hard on myself. And before starting to maybe apply and help other people in their intuitive eating journey, I decided to apply it to myself, because I had these issues with my body image, although they're not as present as before, but deep inside, I knew that I still have these kind of thoughts. I have these food jewels, again, present everywhere, because I really didn't work on it, like, honestly. So, of course, with the help of mindfulness, mindful eating, I was reconnecting to myself again, but the real work and the real transformation happened when I started applying intuitive eating principles to my life. First, with starting with ditching the diet culture and really understanding that dieting do more harm to our body, physically, mentally, psychologically, than it does any good. And then I started reconnecting to myself and understanding my eating behavior, my perception with food. Why am I putting food jewels to myself? And like using all these principles to really improve my relationship with food. So it really shifted my perception to myself, to my body shape, and it changed my life in general, because as I said, it's not only about eating when you're hungry and stopping when you're full. You are learning to become really genuine and honest with yourself. Genuine and honest with your thoughts, because you are facing yourself. Genuine and honest with your emotions. And you are learning, and I learned, to face your emotions instead of running away from them. It's about dealing with whatever issues you have instead of going to food for comfort and going to food for therapy. I also learned how to replace my irrational thoughts or negative thoughts with positive and more rational thoughts. And the tools that I learned in intuitive eating, and you can also learn in this process, can be applied with your relationship to food, with your relationship to your body, to your thoughts, and can be applied also anywhere and in every field in your life. So this is why when I say that intuitive eating makes you healthier, it's not only about improving your relationship and improving your eating behavior. It will make you healthier on all different sides of your life, in terms maybe with relationship to other people, maybe if you have any problems at work, social life, and especially, of course, if you have any problems with food. So also intuitive eating, of course, with the specialist, with a therapist, with the certified intuitive eating counselor, people can work on also healing their eating disorders. So that was my experience with intuitive eating. And of course, my recommendations are not only based on personal experience, they're mainly based on evidence and science, like evidence-based studies, on my practical experience and clinical experience over the years. And of course, I can offer my personal experience just to tell you one thing, that if I can do it, anyone can do it. I mean, I'm a human being like everyone. Being a dietitian doesn't mean I have, like better skills, or I know better, or I can do things better. No, it's just that I am well informed. I am someone who can rely on to support you, but I have been through my own experience in eating. And as I mentioned, I'm not perfect, no one is, and perfection shouldn't be your target or your objective. So I wasn't on a diet per se at any point in my life, but it doesn't mean I was healthy or I had a positive relationship with food. No, actually, in the contrary, I did not have a positive relationship, neither with food and neither with myself and neither with my thoughts. So I had to work on this, and working in this manner really changed my whole relationship with food, in terms that I went from being so strict, like putting myself really under pressure, putting a lot of high expectations and aiming for perfection all the time, to finding more balance, more awareness, listening really to what my body needs, and finding peace and being comfortable in my own skin, in my own body. And this is what really matters at the end of the day. There's no point being really obsessed with food and exercise, but really destroying your mental health at the same time. There's no point in aiming to like lose weight and eating healthy all the time and losing yourself in the process and losing your health in the process. This is not what we aim for as health professionals when you want to work with people. When I want to work with people, I want to educate them about not only nutrition. I want to educate them about connecting back to themselves. I want them to trust their body again. I want them to trust themselves again, because I'm here to support them, but I'm not here to tell them what to do every single day. They have to listen to their own body, taking all the tools and all the support they have from their healthcare provider, and decide for themselves what to do every single day, using those tools to ensure a positive mental and physical health. And the most important element that I've discovered throughout the years, and the most important thing that one should have, me as, of course, as a healthcare professional and as a person who is seeking the support and the help and the advice, is to be really honest and genuine, not only to the healthcare provider, but to oneself as well. Because if you don't have the intention to really be honest with yourself, no one can help you. Because if you're not honest with yourself, you're not honest with the healthcare provider, and then the conversation will not be genuine enough, and we cannot help you. And we only just help you in a superficial manner. You don't get the result and the help you want and the support you want. And we feel that, okay, like there's something missing and we need to learn more. I'm aware that it's not easy to open up. It wasn't easy for me to open up, actually, and to face myself, to face my emotions, to deal with things, to accept my body as it is. Nothing was easy. It took me, guys, it took me almost 10 years to reach where I am today. But I don't look at it as like, wow, 10 years is a long time. I look at it as the journey was amazing. The journey was full of experiences, of explorations. I discovered myself. It was amazing. So, of course, it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, and no one will be suddenly comfortable sharing everything and facing the truth. But believe me when I say that once you start sharing and facing and accepting the truth, you are unlocking, or you start to unlock your full potential. It's a very important thing to consider, and I really see it in a lot of my clients or people who seek advice, that they just don't say the whole truth. They just don't want to open up, and I don't understand. I'm not saying you should tell me everything or you should be genuine with yourself, but I'm saying that, like, in order to help you, you should be able to be willing to face those truths about yourself, or to face the truth about yourself. And it's an amazing and a rewarding experience, because you become your own health expert, kind of. So once you get all the tools, all the support, all the education, all the awareness about your relationship to food, nutrition, and all of this, you can start decide for yourself, like for your own body needs, for your own physical, mental, psychological, behavioral, social needs. What do you really want to do? How do you want to behave? Because there's no size that fits all. That's for sure. And it's very important to work with the proper healthcare professional. It's important to get the right support in order to explore and move in the process of intuitive eating, of becoming aware of our own body and thoughts and eating behavior. And awareness is actually the first step in order to get into this process. And I hear something that was very interesting. Like, someone told me the other day, I don't have any negative relationship with my food. Like, I love my body and everything, and I eat okay, and I don't have any food jewels, but I just want to lose weight. I just don't like this extra fat around my abs. I just want to lose weight. I want to go to my ideal body weight. Well, let me tell you something. You have a disrupted relationship with your body if you are forcing yourself to lose weight and you lose these extra whatever fat you think you have around your belly. This is a disrupted relationship with yourself. So, and again, we are living in a time where we are all brainwashed every single day by diet culture, by these crazy expectations, body shape expectations. We are all brainwashed. We are all exposed to endless information, endless advice from these wannabe influencers or health experts, fitness influencers. They are everywhere, guys. They are everywhere. And I want to use this video as well to encourage you, please, to make sure that the source you are getting your information and your support and advice is reliable. Not someone who is just wake up someday and decided to influence people about health and nutrition and give random support and advice. This is not acceptable anymore. It's not acceptable anymore. We have science, nutrition is based on science, psychology, behavior, everything now is based on evidence-based studies. So we have to look for a reliable source to understand what's going on, to get advice, because it can get out of control really easy. And I really encourage all health professionals to come up and speak up about this, because we cannot let people who are not certified, who are not reliable and credible to take over, social media and start giving, fad diets here and there and talking about things that really don't work and can do you more harm than good. So I encourage you really to always speak to a healthcare professional who is expert, who is credible, to look at the source of your information. So again, here in this video, I just wanted to tell you a bit about my experience with intuitive eating. How did it really help me in all the areas of my life to improve, to become this person who is really free from food rules. I don't sit anymore at the table and decide what to eat because of certain calories, or because I had a cheat meal yesterday and I want to eat less today. It doesn't exist for me anymore. It doesn't. Even in my unconscious, it's not there anymore, because I really worked genuinely and I was honest with myself. I reached freedom. I'm now more comfortable, more confident, and I want to help people reach this phase where they are comfortable and confident. And believe me in something, it's not only around eating, it's around everything else, because it really affects you as a person in all the areas of your life. When you challenge your thoughts, the way you think about eating, and you start replacing those thoughts with more rational thoughts, you will apply this strategy in all areas of your life. So it didn't only work and improved my relationship with food, it improved my relationship with everything else in life. And this is why I'm saying that it makes you healthier, because it works on all the areas of your life. And this is why I want to help and support people who really they are fed up from the dieting, they are fed up from these fad diets, they just want to become like the expert of themselves. They don't want to rely on external information anymore. They want to become free. They want to become at peace, not only with food, but with themselves. They want to love themselves again. They want to learn how to take care of their body and love it again and respect it, because we are unique. We are unique. we cannot have similar bodies. I cannot have someone else's abs or body shape. I want to learn to accept my own body as it is. I want to learn how to move and feel in my body properly, to be active, to be strong, to be healthy, to be just confident and beautiful in my own body. This is what I want to help people do. And because this is what I actually experienced, and I'm sure people can experience as well. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one.